The question is, how do we attract developers to CUDA? Because a computing platform is all about developers. And developers don't come to a computing platform just because, it could perform something interesting. They come to a computing platform because the install base is large. Because a developer, like anybody else, wants to develop software that reaches a lot of people. So the install base is, in fact, the single most important part of an architecture. The architecture could attract enormous amounts of criticism. For example, no architecture has ever attracted more criticism than the x86. As a less than elegant architecture, but yet it is the defining architecture of today. It gives you an example that, in fact, so many risk architectures, which were beautifully architected, incredibly well designed by some of the brightest computer scientists in the world, largely failed. And so I've given you two examples where one is, one is elegant, the other one's barely aesthetic. And so y- yet x86 survived. And the
Install
reason
base
for
is everything.
install base defines an architecture. Not everything else is secondary. Okay. And so there were other architectures at the time. CUDA came out, OpenCL was here. There's several other competing architectures. But the decision that we made that was good was we said, hey, look, ultimately it's about install base and what is the best way we could get a new computing architecture into the world. By that time frame, GeForce had become successful. We were already selling millions and millions of GeForce GPUs a year.